Happy Thursday morning, everyone. March 27th, 2025. I've got quite a bit of information to bring to you today, and technology is not working in my favor. So we're just going to record this on the phone and do the direct download to the app without any editing or titles or anything. So here we go. First, before I get to the energy update and the psychic hits, I've got about 3 or 4 tidbits of news. The very top of the news is today is group free live stream on YouTube, free psychic readings about your intuitive life and how you're getting connected up with all of your intuitive stuff, about your life, and also about somatic money stuff. So we've just been kind of noticing that it's fun to get together and do psychic readings together. And so that is what we are going to do tonight. If you need to figure out where that's all at, you could go to my link tree. Top of the link tree, there's the link to go through to the page and the tab that will get you to YouTube, or you can go to my website, www.somaticmoney.com, go to the group tab, and the event is posted there. Next, big deal. Please watch for my EQ Money Resiliency Survey with the Magic of Somatic Money released today. I did a free live group on Zoom Sunday with a core group of Somatic Money people. We recorded the information in the workshop to go with the EQ Money Resiliency Survey PDF that is 25 pages. That is now going to be available for release so that you can get your hands on it and take a look at it. And if you want to be a part of other free live stream group Zooms in that nice private space, you need to get on my email list. You'll go to www.somaticmoney.com, and that first pop-up window, the blue pop-up window, you want to sign up there. Go in and do your 4 free essential somatic money tools. That's step 1. EQ Money Resiliency Survey is step 2. 3, we are going through the next round of Are We Going to Lose TikTok Again? And for that, if you are watching me on TikTok, you need to go over and get signed up on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to begin doing an experiment on my Blue Sky account. I'm going to begin to do this thing that I'm calling Psychic Hits in 60 Seconds, because the videos we can post there are they're low res video, 60 seconds or less. So we're going to try that out over there. And last, if you hadn't noticed, I'm beginning to migrate my digital products all over to Shopify. And last night we had some successes. People purchased digital products. They were paid for, and then the digital product got sent through the email and downloaded for them, so they were fulfilled. It worked, so it is working. So begin to notice when you are clicking through on a link whether you're going to be in the Shopify thing or the Send Owl thing, and I'm working to get all of those migrated over right now, and it is beginning to work. Okay, now let's skip on over to energy updates. So the big energy update is that right now we are living in that swirl of that huge, powerful, transformational energy right now, and it is amazing. And I am getting in front of you today to say, even though things are upside down in the world and things are looking kind of ugly, oh my God, we have some amazing transformational energy going on. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go back to my forecast that I released this weekend. We are in it. We've been in it for a couple of days. We're going to continue to be in this transformational energy probably through to Sunday. We're headed into the thick of it. And what you need to know is it's important to ground, breathe, center, be very present, and notice what is coming to you out of the blue. And whatever it is that's coming out of the blue, we need to be working with that deep relational stuff that's coming with it, because we have a powerful possibility to transform that and move it to the top side, like I've been talking about, move it to the top side. And in that transformational place, we have access to up leveling, going to a whole other level. And the thing that I will tell you, for me personally, the example that I can give you is you've been watching me begin to migrate stuff on Shopify, but Oh, was that enough? No, yesterday morning I woke up and Spirit Team was like, we need you to get off of Adobe Rush. We need you to get off of Adobe. And I know this because Adobe's not doing great things. They're doing the thing of like, if you're on our app and doing our stuff, then your content is our content and we can use it. And then, and that's the whole AI thing. And it's just not cool. So yesterday in the middle of the Shopify thing, I also pulled out of Adobe Rush, and started doing video on Wondershare Filmora. And so I've like completely transformed the technical platforms that I'm working on, both digital distribution and the video processing. So and that happened, and that happened within 24 hours. So that is just an example. I think the other example is how Lucy, the Lucy story, how Lucy showed up out of nowhere on my doorstep, and I could have said no, but I didn't. I opened up my door and I let her into our house, and she completely turned everything upside down, and through that turning upside down, a whole transformation happened. We up-leveled her to a new space, to her new home. And so it's things like that that are going on right now. And if you're thinking, oh, Dana, I don't know if I can do this or not, it's your choice. It's your choice. You can look at it and go, no, or yeah, let's get on the ride. It's totally up to you. But I am telling you, these energies right now are some of the most transformational energies that we can get our hot little paws on right now. And literally, if we've done our work, literally we can springboard to a whole other level. My hunch is that coming out of this with what I've done, I'm going to be able to take somatic money and the intuitive platform to a whole other level for all of us to be doing work together. So that's just a heads up for where we're at. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go see my forecast that I posted over the weekend. I spent quite a bit of time on this, okay? Okay, now let's get to the psychic hits. So before I give you the psychic hits that I've been having, I want you to know there are these tidbits that have not lined up into a full picture. So I'm going to be giving you odd pieces of the puzzle. I would say don't read into them too much because they have not formulated into the full picture yet. But I think if I do these odd pieces of the puzzle and you've got your own pieces of the puzzle, we might be able to form a landscape, a little bit more cohesive landscape. And that's what this is all about. The other thing I will say is once I give you these psychic hits, pieces of the puzzle, please discern. Please check in with your own spirit team. Please run your own pendulum check. Do not take this at face value. This is just me adding into the conversation saying, hey, what do we got here? So here's the psychic hits. Kind of funny. Yesterday morning, I woke out of my sleep space, kind of one of those bolt upright agains, kind of like, and I'm like, oh my God, I was just about ready to head into a Zoom conference with Joe Biden. Oh my God. And what you guys need to know is I have shut down my dream world because I have so much psychic activity going on anyway. I really don't feel like I need to be very active in dream world, but dream world kind of has come blasting through the last few days, a few nights. And so yesterday morning, I woke up to that whole Joe Biden in front of my face again. Remember, I was trying to drive around and he was in front of my face. Joe Biden yesterday was just floating around my entire space yesterday, which was that was really weird, really odd because yeah, it was just really weird. And the whole time he was floating around this space, it was just kind of like that Zoom conference. He has stuff he wants to talk about. So I know this man is out of office and I think he is just chomping at the bit because there's things he knows and there's things he wants to say and he cannot tell us. And I think that might be a lot of what's going on with some of the top leadership of the Democratic Party. And this is why I get bent out of shape with the whole thing. But anyway, Joe Biden wanted to get on Zoom with me. I was supposed to have a meeting with him in Dream World. I don't know what happened there. And then he's floating around my space trying to tell me stuff. And I'm tuning in, and I can't hear it because it's just all this chatter. But there was one major piece that I could feel filter through that was coming through from him and the ethers. And it was this message of when it begins to happen, it's going to happen out of the country. It's not going to happen in the United States. And it's going to be very, very small. And this connects up with some of the other psychic stuff that had been coming through way before. Like when it happens, it's going to be small and you won't really notice it. Now we have the added thing of it's probably going to start out of the country, out of the United States. Now, I heard that and I was like, okay. And then it was something along the lines of then it picks up steam and we begin to notice and then it hits our country. Okay. Now, there's that piece of information, but then there's this other piece of information that's come floating back. This is not new to me, but it's going to be new to you because when this came through, I was like, oh, I got to tell everybody. And Spirit World was like, no, you sit on that one. And this was like weeks ago, months ago. And it was this piece of information that was floated around me for about 2 to 3 days. And it kept saying to me, Ministry of the Interior, Ministry of the Interior, Ministry of the Interior. So I went and looked that up, Ministry of the Interior. We don't have a Ministry of the Interior here in the United States, but the comparable is the Department of the Interior. So I kind of like at that time, I went and looked at the Department of the Interior and Deb Haaland and blah, blah, blah. And then I was looking at Ministry of the Interior. And the Ministry of the Interior, one of the aspects of Ministry in the Interior is tracking the integrity of elections. Interesting. And there being an arm in the Ministry of the Interior with this to be able to prosecute fraudulent elections. And so I was sitting there looking at that going like, well, that would be our Department of the Interior, and I don't know. And so it was very confusing, and then that went away, and Spirit Team didn't want me to tell you guys, but now they want me to tell you guys. So we've got this thing of Joe Biden floating around my space, beginning to tell me that when it begins, it's like going to be out of the country and small, and it'll be imperceptible. We will barely notice it. And this second piece, Ministry of the Interior, that leads me to believe this is Ministry of the Interior concerning elections in another country. And this would lead back to that whole global international sting operation kind of thing, right? So as I'm saying this, like some of this, I'm saying this out loud going, oh my God, this like is movie stuff, so far-fetched, whatever. The other part of me is like, oh, there's a little bit of like my body's like vibrating with like hairs on the back of my neck. A little bit of truth to this. So let me check my notes. Oh, whew, wow, a lot of energy in this. Like I'm tuning into Spirit Team and they're like spot on. Because I did this recording at 7:30 in the morning and I cannot get it downloaded today. Like we're cloudy weather and the Wi-Fi, it's just not working. So I'm re-recording this so I can put it directly onto the internet. And as I'm getting to this place, I can just feel Spirit Team coming in and there's some kind of validity to the messaging that I'm doing this morning. I don't know what is true or how much is true, and that's going to be up to you guys doing your checks and us kind of like boots on the ground, putting our notes together and seeing what's calibrating. But the last thing I want to say here is that for the last several weeks, I've been very disheartened because Kamala Harris's energy just kind of, completely got wiped off the map. For a while, I was like, where is she? Like, she had been appearing, and then she just went away, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. And in the last 24 hours, she's popping back up. The Easter egg on my desk is popping back up, but so is Pete Buttigieg, so is AOC, but I'm going to start saying AOC's name fully. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We need to say her full name. Jasmine Crockett, Bernie Sanders, Tim Walz, like there's beginning to be a little bit more of a bubbling of more energetic activity of Democratic leadership. And I don't know what that is about. And this is all happening like while we're seeing like the literal wheels get blown off the bus in a very horrible way with, I can't even call it the current administration with everything they're doing right now. But so I just wanted to leave those last psychic tidbit hits with you, just as pieces of the puzzle, lay of the landscape, put it out there, and we'll just see where it takes it and see for what it's worth. And the last piece is that my body continues to be happy. Like there is no earthly reason looking at what we're looking at that I should feel happy, but my body is like, yes, let's go. It's working. And I'm like, really? So, but I'm going to take that and go with it and just leave that with you guys. So that's what I've got for you today on a Thursday. And no editing here. So make sure you go out there, make it a good one. Keep walking that walk so you can meet these huge transformational miracles along the way. And I will see you in the next video.